Hi everyone, welcome. This is an Aquarius new moon talk, and I want to let you guys know that we are in quite a thick energy right now. So I wanted to talk to you about it because it will be lasting for the next at least 7 days, okay? So happy Aquarius new moon to anyone who is watching this, whether you're joining me on the live chat or in the replay. I just want to let you guys know that the Etsy store is up. I've got my Venus RX Oracle cards deck there. I'll be showing you guys how to use them in future content. I also have my readings available there. And these readings are video readings. So I actually create an entire video for you based on the topic that you choose. And I think that they've been really nice and intimate for people. So if you guys are interested in getting something like that, check out my profile. I have all the links when you click my profile. If you are interested in phone readings, you can just DM me and we can do that privately. As you guys know, I'm a stay-at-home mom, so it's not something that I have up and available, but I can, adjust due to one-on-one scheduling. So I want to let you guys know what's available for you. Now let's talk about this energy because it is not going away. It is pretty strong. It's pretty strong all 2021, but it is at its strongest for right now at this new moon in Aquarius and moving into the next 7 days. Okay. I'm sorry if I can't see your comments right now. Sometimes I have issues with seeing comments, but you can definitely write your comments below and I'll make sure if I see them pop up on my live that I'll respond. But if I still don't see them, then I'll definitely respond after the live. Let me know. Drop a comment down below. Where is Taurus in your chart? And where is Aquarius in your chart? These are the energies that are currently fighting with one another. If you guys have any Taurus people in your life, then they would embody this energy and show you where things are really challenging your security, okay? Because Taurus, while it seems to be a chill sign, has had Mars in its sign, and Taurus has been a little bit more combative lately. And this is why I'm saying that Taurus is fighting Aquarius, because we currently have a huge stellium in Aquarius at this Aquarius new moon. It's so much air energy in this Aquarius new moon. And we've got Saturn here, Jupiter here, Venus here, Mercury in retrograde. We've got the moon now. I mean, like, it's just, the sun is here. It's just too much air, okay? And then what we have is all of this energy in a fight with Taurus, because we have Lilith in Taurus, we have Mars in Taurus, but most especially we have Uranus in Taurus. And within the next 7 days, Saturn in Aquarius will do a square with Uranus in Taurus. Okay, so I want you guys to tell me who your bet is on. Do you bet that Taurus will win, or do you bet that Aquarius will win? Okay, I'm going to tell you the differences on why they're fighting, what this means for you in your chart on why they're fighting, so you can really understand this internally, also in your manifestation lives. But, the planets can represent energy builds, clearly, but they can also represent people. So where you have Aquarius in your chart, you have a lot of people here right now, a lot of influence, a lot of planets that are representing certain personas. Okay, and it's perfect for Aquarius in the sense that Aquarius is about friendships and groups of people. So to have all these planets in Aquarius right now, the Aquarian energy is really feeling more at home than it has in a long time. Okay, so who would you bet against? Who would you think would win this little challenging fight, Aquarius versus Taurus? The thing that we have to remember is that Taurus has a very important card or very important element in this little fight between Taurus and Aquarius. And that's because Taurus has Aquarius's ruling planet in its sign. So Taurus has Aquarius's strongest, ruler. It has Uranus right now in its sign. So again, who do you bet? Who do you think is going to win, y'all? Who's going to win? Okay, so Aquarius is the sign of detachment. Where you have Aquarius in your chart, you're dealing with, being sociable, but from a distance. You're being connected, but with strong boundaries. Okay, and this is where Taurus and Aquarius actually have things in common. And quite often when we have things in common, it's the very thing that we have in common that can make us fight against each other. Okay, so what do they have in common? Well, they both have walls up. Taurus and Aquarius are both fixed signs. They're both stubborn in their ways. Taurus is stubborn in its manifestation, in its attraction, in its ability to create. And Aquarius is stubborn in its mental thoughts. It pretty much stays right where it wants to be as far as how it sees the world. Aquarius being a sign of social upkeep, meaning like your social status and the people that you got to stay up with in life. Aquarius has very strong social rules that Taurus doesn't necessarily abide by. Okay, Taurus is a possessive sign. Taurus owns its people and it's loyal to its people for this very degree. And Aquarius, while it can be a loyal sign, also enjoys variety, enjoys freedom, and doesn't want to be tied down. So the rules of society, which we gain from Aquarius, is that we shouldn't be possessive of people, right? But Taurus energy right now is actually combating that. Really, Taurus energy is wanting to change up the social norms of how we relate to each other and how we, act accordingly amongst our relationships. So Taurus is fighting for loyalty while Aquarius is fighting for freedom. And the thing here is that in your chart where Taurus is, you may be feeling shaken up about your insecurities. This is one aspect of that, as Taurus is a sign that rules over our self-worth. So where you have Taurus in your chart, Mars and Uranus are here helping you fight for what it is that you truly need in order to finally get out of your rut, in order to finally move past your comfort zone. This will require you having to do things that you've never done before. And this could be a way in which Taurus could win, because Aquarius and Taurus both predict that each other, right? Where you have Taurus and Aquarius in your chart, they're both predictable energies, okay? For example, I have Taurus in my 8th house. I have Aquarius in my 5th house. It's very predictable for me to create the way that I create, to channel the way that I create. And I think people are going to think that, the way that I come from, the perspective that I come from will be predictable. And where Taurus is for me, this has to do with 8th house. So this is me staying grounded in my occult studies. You know what I'm saying? But both energies are wanting switching up. Both energies in your chart, Taurus and Aquarius, want freedom. They want to be out of their comfort zone, but they both are fighting themselves and they're both fighting each other. They create these 90-degree squares in the sky amongst the planets, all of the stellium that's in Aquarius against the Mars and Uranus energy in Taurus, specifically Saturn in Aquarius, which wants you to be prestigious and build with a group of people, versus Uranus in Taurus, which wants you to be self-resourceful. So you might find that in your chart, where you find Taurus, you're dealing with unpredictability of your own nature. You're dealing with choosing self-resourcefulness, right? Versus being of the group of people and creating with a group of people, which is where Aquarius would be. Okay, so the fight that they both have is who can manifest wealth and abundance and greatness the fastest maybe, but also just who can manifest it, period. Taurus or Aquarius. Taurus says, I can manifest wealth and abundance. That's what I am, is self-worth. And Taurus says that I can manifest this by, focusing on what it is that I have as a talent and ability to make that happen. What is it that I have to do to work really hard in order for me to self-realize that very thing with my own hard work, effort, beauty and attraction. And Aquarius says, well, I don't have to do it all by myself. I can utilize friendships. I can utilize connections. I can utilize the network in order to gain actually the manifestation and the vision that I want for myself. So what you have are two things that want the same thing, but they're both going about it in a different way. Okay. You'll also find that in relationships that Taurus and Aquarius are very different in how they operate in relationships. This goes from romance or friendships, platonic, business, right? Taurus, while they both are fixed in the sense that they both can obtain loyalty, Taurus is definitely going to win the loyalty game over Aquarius. But Aquarius will challenge Taurus as, are you loyal because you're scared of change, right? Or are you loyal for loyalty's sake? So in relationships, you may be finding that things are changing up because where Taurus is and where people are loyal, you might be feeling like there's some insecurity there. Like somebody who has always appeared to be loyal may now be showing a different side of them, right? Or vice versa. Okay. And where Aquarius is where we want actually quantity and variety, but still loyal to a degree. So Taurus doesn't really like you going out and finding quantity and variety. So this is why these two energies can combat quite often. I mean, they always are in a challenge to each other. But when we have all the planets here, right? 7 planets in Aquarius and 2 big planets in Taurus, now the challenge is becoming even more evident and conscious for us. Okay. So we have to think about what is truly possessive and what is truly ours to hold, right? Versus not when we're dealing with Taurus fighting Aquarius in your chart. So, I hope that you guys are able to follow along in understanding how this applies to you personally, right? And so because you embody both of these energies, there's a part of you that everyone has that's possessive. Okay. It's just, it manifests depending on the house that it is found in. Okay. So this house has great potential. It is the Chinese New Year. We are in the year of the ox. This does coincide and correlate also to the Taurus symbology. There is great wealth that could be had for you where Taurus is, but you do have to get yourself out of a rut. You do have to recognize that you need to take risks, that you have to recognize that you have to do something out of your comfort zone. Okay. And then where Aquarius is a great ability to manifest your visions, to gain support, to gain an audience, to gain investors, to gain a way to strategize, to get an idea put out into the world that people could really enjoy. Okay. And there's a lot of great opportunity here with all of the planets in Aquarius right now, virtually. And the key ingredient is going to be Saturn, which is going to ask you to focus on the lessons that you need to learn about Aquarius. Now, call me biased, being that I am a Taurus, Sun and Mars, okay? However, I am born with Jupiter in Aquarius, and so I am a little biased, but I still think I'm fair. And I do think that Taurus fighting with Aquarius, that Taurus will win. Call me biased, y'all. You can fight me. I'm happy to debate, okay? I think that right now Taurus will win because Taurus has Aquarius's ruling sign in its zodiac sign transiting right now. So where Aquarius naturally could do what it normally does, it has all the planets in its favor except the one planet that actually supports it completely. Okay. So without Aquarius really enjoying its Uranus energy and its own ruling planet fighting against Aquarius, while Aquarius has all these people, all this quantity, it has to learn the lessons of quantity. Okay. So Aquarius, we understand that variety and quantity is important in order to understand the aspects and the perspectives on life, the different opinions that people have in order to actually put them all together and see how they all fit as one. So Aquarius is the whole, right? But Saturn in Aquarius is challenging Aquarius to work hard to see where it is that it gets certain things wrong, see where it is that it's maybe being a little narcissistic. Taurus has narcissism energy in it too, right? It's also self-absorbed energy in it too. But Taurus doesn't have Saturn in its sign, but it does have Saturn challenging it based off of the Uranus energy. So Saturn in Aquarius will challenge the Aquarius part of you to look at your detachment ways. Okay. It's going to ask you to think about how it is that maybe you are searching for something that is actually already within inside of you. That would be the Taurus way. Okay. Thinking that maybe you need more than you actually need, or you need more people than you actually need, or you need to find something than you actually need. Aquarius is also a critical sign, being that it's an air sign, being able to criticize, to give ideas, things like that. So where is it that these ideas are not serving you? Where is it that these ideas are aloof, where they're not actually attached to reality, which the Taurus energy is fighting against Aquarius for it to bring, okay? Now, where Taurus is in your chart, you have Uranus there, but Saturn is challenging Uranus. So Saturn is making sure that you are not going to take absolute crazy risks with your money, that you truly do make decisions that actually can help you expand, but not too fast, and not with, the sense of, all or nothing. Because whenever you have Saturn and Taurus energy, the idea is to work long. Okay. So Saturn is going to challenge Uranus and Taurus monetarily wise, in my opinion, especially globally, but also in your personal lives. Saturn will say that if you're taking too much, spendages and, you can find yourself losing everything all at once, all in a very shocking way because of the upheaval of Uranus. Okay, with Uranus there alone, there could be great massive amounts of money that can be obtained. But with Saturn challenging it, we're going to see that, oh, well, have you saved some money up? Have you invested in the right things? Did you put a little to the side? Are you lending money to people? Are you being stingy with your money? Saturn will challenge Uranus and Taurus that, okay, before you make this shocking change, you still got lessons to learn, and you can't be overindulgent, and you can't be frivolous. Okay. So it's important to understand that with Taurus fighting Aquarius, that there's a part of our nature that all of us have to be possessive, because within your possessions, how you handle your possessions, right? Whether these are things, right? Or people, because you have your people, your people. Do you appreciate them? Appreciate is a very important word for Taurus, especially with the stock market energy hitting us this year. It's going to be a very prominent thing, because when you understand the word appreciate from that way, it's about making something. It's not just about adoring something, but it's about making it bigger. It's about seeing that, it's worth something more. Okay. So where Taurus is, you own something, but you're not seeing that it is the money bag. You're not seeing it, and you're not appreciating it. Okay. Very much so often we find that where Taurus is in our chart is where we are the bull, the animal that carries the load, that carries the luggage, right? People don't appreciate that animal sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So this is why we have insecurities and self-worth, because we have a loss of self-resourcefulness. We have a loss of believing in our own abilities and in our own talents to make that manifestation happen, right? When Taurus and Aquarius work well together, they both are operating well. You come to the group, you come to the network with already having your own, which only makes you less needy, quote unquote, in the Aquarius world, because Aquarius doesn't like needy people, right? So Taurus coming to Aquarius, already having its own, now people want you. They want to expand you faster. They want to utilize you. You are something that is a gem to them, right? You are a diamond to them, versus being a heavy weight. So this is how, I wanted to bring this idea of Taurus fighting Aquarius to you guys. And on this new moon, I want to encourage you to really think about your intentions behind how you want to manifest these groups of people. Okay. Being very, very aware that the Taurus part of you plays an important part in getting what you want, which is self-resourcefulness, self-manifestation, and recognizing and appreciating what you already have. Okay. So thank you guys so much for joining in. Thank you so much for commenting. I'll be sure to respond to the comments after the live. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but my daughter's screaming in the background. So I'm going to go, but I'll talk to you guys soon. And I hope that you enjoy this new moon energy. Hold tight, as tensions will feel real thick for the next 5 to 7 days. But you can definitely offset this energy. And remember that energies and squares, the energy of a square creates diamonds. Okay. So there's something quite exquisite that you can shape and craft with this energy rather than being reactionary towards it, rather than being victim of it and being completely blind with this astrology energy. We can use it to manifest our sovereignty, to make sovereign choices about what we truly want in life, to stop ourselves from going down the normal trajectory that we typically would, and to actually create brand new paths, brand new frequencies, brand new ways of being. Okay? Peace and love. I love you all. Talk to you soon.